Dear students, welcome back to a new mathematics session. In today's session, we shall discuss the word problems from exercise 3.6. Let's move on to the topic. Formulate the following problems as a part of equations and hence find their solutions. The first question is, Ritu can row downstream 20 km in 2 hours and upstream 4 km in 2 hours. Find her speed of rowing in still water and the speed of the current. Here in this question, we are asked to calculate the speed of rowing in still water and the speed of the current. So let us assume the speed of rowing in still water is x km per hour and the speed of the current is y km per hour. And before start solving the question, we shall discuss some key points from the question. The first one is still water, and the second one is downstream, and the third one is upstream. So first point, that is still water, we have to discuss, then we have to go for downstream, and then we have to go for upstream. We have to make these three terms clear. First case, that is boat in still water. Here there is a picture. When you closely observe this picture, it is clear that water current is not there. No visible current is there in the picture, and the movement of boat is forward. And here speed is x km per hour according to our assumption, because y is nil, y is 0 here. Water current is not there, so y we cannot take, and the speed of boat remains x km per hour in case of still water, means no water current is visible. And the second case, that is boat in downstream. When the boat is in downstream, here the direction or the water current is downwards and the boat movement also downwards. So the boat movement and the water current both are in the same direction. In this case, the resultant speed will be x plus y, means x is the speed of the boat in still water and y is the speed of the current, and the resultant speed of boat in downstream is x plus y. And in this case, downstream case, little effort is enough to move the boat because water current is already there in the same direction of the boat movement. And the third case, that is boat in upstream. In upstream case, here when you watch this picture, water current is towards down, and in the just opposite of water current the boat movement is there. So water current towards down and the boat movement is towards up, both are in the opposite direction. And in this case, the resultant speed will be x minus y, means we have to apply some force to oppose the water current. That's why here x minus y is coming. Once again, in general, boat in downstream means we have to add x plus y, means x is boat in still water, speed of boat in still water, y is speed of current. In downstream case, we have to add both. In upstream case, we have to subtract x and y. Once again, in downstream case, we have to add x and y. In upstream case, we have to subtract. Now move on to the solution. Downstream case, as we calculated, speed is x plus y. From here speed is x plus y we have got, and from the question distance is there here 20 km that we have taken, and time is there here 2 hours, that also we have copied. And as we know that time is equal to distance by speed, we have to substitute the formula. Time, that is 2, distance we have taken, that is 20 km we have substituted, and speed as we know that it is x plus y. Cross multiply it, 2 into x 2x, 2 into y 2y is equal to 20. And in the second case, that is for upstream, we have to get speed x minus y from our calculation. Then next distance is 4 km from the question, and time again 2 hours from the question. We have to write the formula. Time is equal to distance divided by speed, and substitute it. Time is 2, distance is 4 km, speed is x minus y. Cross multiply it, 2 into x 2x, 2 into y 2y. And both the equations, if you check, there is 2 common in both the cases. We have to eliminate 2 here, 2 eliminating time. X plus y is equal to 10, that it is written here and marked as equation number 1. And in this case, x 2 going means x minus y is equal to 2, that is marked as equation number 2. We have to go for solving these two equations. First we have 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 implies just add it both the equations, that is x plus x is 2x and 10 plus 2 that is equal to 12. From there x we can calculate, 2 we have to divide, that is 12 divided by 2 that is equal to 6. Substitute this one in equation number 1. What we are going to get is equation number 1, x plus y is equal to 10. X we have to substitute, that is 6 plus y is equal to 10, and y is equal to 6 move to the right side, that is 10 minus 6 that is equal to 4. Finally we have got the answer. The speed of rowing in still water, that is x, is 6 km per hour, and the speed of the current, that is 4 km per hour. So once the concept is clear, please copy down to your notebook. If not, pause the video and rewind it and watch again, and once the concept it is clear, only you just to copy down the note to your notebook. Now we shall discuss the second question, that is 2 women and 5 men can together finish an embroidery work in 4 days, while 3 women and 6 men can finish it in 3 days. Find the time taken by 1 woman alone to finish the work, and also that taken by 1 man alone. So before start solving this question, we shall discuss an example. The example is Ramu can finish or can complete the work in 10 days. So his 10 days work, I am dividing it into 10 parts by using numbers 1 to 10. So how do we find his 1 day work? It is quite simple. Ramu's 1 day work is 1 part out of 10 parts, that is 1 divided by 10. 1 part out of 10 parts, that is 1 divided by 10. Now we shall go for assumptions. Time taken by 1 man, that is what we have to calculate, 1 woman, that is what we have to calculate first. Time taken by 1 woman, here it is in the question, we have to take it as x. Then again time taken by 1 man, that is we have to assume as y. From these two assumptions we have to go for their 1 day work, per day work by a woman. So total x days she have taken. Now 1 part out of x days, that is 1 by x is 1 day work. Next is per day work by a man, that is total y days they have taken, and 1 day work is 1 part out of y days, that is 1 divided by y. According to the conditions, 2 women and 5 men together finish the work in 4 days. Algebraic format we have to write 2 women, that is 2w, plus 5 men, that is 5m, is equal to 4 days. W stands for women and m stands for men. So we have to change it into their 1 day work format, that is 2 women's 1 day work, that is 1 by x. Women 1 day work we have taken 1 by x according to our assumption, plus 5 into men 1 day work we have taken as 1 by y as our assumption, equal to together they are taking 4 days. Means their 1 day work is 1 part out of these 4 days. 1 part out of these 4 days, that is 1 divided by 4. Now label it as equation number 1 and go to the second condition, that is 3 women and 6 men together finish the work in 3 days. Algebraic format is 3w plus 6m is equal to 3. Now go for 1 day calculation, that is 3 into women 1 day work 1 by x plus 6 into men 1 day work is 1 by y is equal to total 3 days they are taking together. Their 1 day work is 1 part out of 3 days. Label it as equation number 2. Go for simplification. As we know, we have done in the previous classes, the variables are in the denominator, x and y in the denominator. So we have to assume 1 by x is equal to p and 1 by y is equal to q. After substituting p and q, the equation becomes 2p plus 5q. Here 1 by x is changed to p, 1 by y changed to q. So 2p plus 5q is equal to 1 by 4. Then cross multiply it, 4 into 2 8p, 4 into 5 20q is equal to 1. Label it as equation number 3. Next step, when we move on to the right side, that is 3p plus 6q is equal to 3. Change 1 by x to p, 1 by y as q. Cross multiply it, 3 into 3 9p, 3 into 6 18q is equal to 1. Label it as equation number 4. We shall solve these two equations. As I said before, you can go for any method, but here I am going to use equating the coefficients. Means I am just multiplying 9. 9 is the coefficient of p in the fourth equation. 9 I am multiplying with the third equation, that is 9 into 8 72p, 9 into 20 180q is equal to 9 into 1 9, equation number 5. In the second case, I have to take coefficient of p in the third equation, that is 8. I have to multiply with the fourth equation, so 8 into 4 implies 9 into 8, that is equal to 72p. 18 into 8, that is equal to 144. 1 into 8, that is equal to 8. We have to label it as equation number 6. We shall solve this one. Before subtracting, let us change the sign. 1 by 44 will change to minus, 8 will change to minus. Then 5 minus 6 implies 180 minus 144, that is 36q. 9 minus 8 is equal to 1. Then q is equal to 1 by 36. We shall move, or we have to substitute this equation number, this value of q in equation number 4. After substituting, 9p plus 18 into q is 1 by 36 is equal to 1. Then 18 and 36 will be cancelled and will come here as 2. So 9p is equal to this 1 by 2 will come here on the right side, that is 1 minus 1 by 2. So 9p is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. So p is equal to, this 9 will come in the denominator, that is 9 into 2 18, that is p is 1 by 18. Now 1 by x and 1 by y, we have to resubstitute the values with p and q, that is 1 by x is equal to 1 by p value is 1 by 18. When you take the reciprocal, x is equal to 18. Same way, 1 by y is equal to 1 by 36. When you take the reciprocal, y is equal to 36. Now x and y we have got. Then finally, one woman complete the work in 18 days. The value of x here, 18 days, and one man complete the work in 36 days. So that is the final answer. So if once the concept is clear, only you just copy down this answer to your notebook. Otherwise, pause the video and rewind it and watch again, make the concept clear, and then write it on your notebook. Now move on to the third question, that is Ruhi travels 300 km to her home partly by train and partly by bus. She takes 4 hours if she travels 60 km by train and the remaining by bus. If she travels 100 km by train and the remaining by bus, she takes 10 minutes longer. Find the speed of the train and bus separately. So in this question, when you go through the wordings, it is a little bit of confusing. So we shall represent it in a diagrammatic format, and from the diagram we shall try to write the equations and solve to find the speed of the train and the speed of the bus. So let us take the speed of the train as x km/h and the speed of the bus is y km/h. Now let us represent it in the diagrammatic format. First condition, total distance traveled is 300 km. Then she is using two means of transportation, partly by train and partly by bus. Means bus and train she is using. She takes 4 hours if she travels 60 km by train. Means 60 km she is traveling by train. And the remaining by bus, means out of 300, 60 is gone, balance 240 she is traveling by bus. So let us take here the speed is x km/h for the train and y km/h for the bus. We have the distance and the speed. If the distance and speed is there, means we can go for time calculation, that is time is equal to distance divided by speed. Time taken by train, that is equal to 60 by x. Time taken by bus, that is equal to 240 by y. So total time taken for the travel here is 4 hours. Means she used by train, time taken by train is 60 by x, and she used bus and time taken by bus is 240 by y. When you add these two together, you will get 4 hours. First condition, 60 by x plus 240 by y is equal to 4 hours. Move on to the second condition. Here also she traveled 300 km, but difference is there. She travels 100 km by train. So 100 km by train she is traveling. Balance she is traveling by bus, that is 300, 100 going means you will get 200. As before, the speed of train is x km/h and the speed of bus is y kilometer per hour. Now we have to, according to the question, the total time she have taken is 4 hours 10 minutes, means she takes 10 minutes more. Before she have taken 4 hours, now it is 4 hours 10 minutes. Now time taken by train, that is 10 by x, here 10, here x, that is distance by speed, 10 by x, and time taken by bus, that is 200 by y. Then if you add 100 by x, that is time taken by train, plus 200 by y, that is time taken by bus. When you add these two, you will get 4 hours 10 minutes. That is a condition. 100 by x plus 200 by y is equal to 4 plus 10 divided by 60. Then just go for the assumptions. As before, 1 by x we have to go for p, and 1 by y we have to substitute q. Equation becomes 60p plus 240q is equal to 4. That is what first equation. Next equation is 100p plus 200q is equal to 4 plus 10 by 60. Here 10 by 60 how we have got? Actually it is 4 hours 10 minutes. This 10 minutes we have to convert into hours, because hour and minute we cannot add. So 10 minute when we convert into hour, that is 10 divided by 60. So after calculating 10 by 60 plus 4, we will get the answer as 25 by 6. Label it as equation number 2. Now equation number 1, if you multiply with 5, that is 5 into 60, 300 and 300p. 5 into 240, that is 1200. Then 5 into 4, that is equal to 20. Label it as equation number 3. Next equation number 2, you are multiplying with 3, that is 100p. When you multiply with 3, you will get 300p. Then 200 you multiply with 3, you will get it as 600. Then 25 by 6, when you multiply with 3, you will get it as 25 by 2. Okay, label it as equation number 4. So here little bit of a different way of equating coefficients we are using. So when you observe the numbers, it is clear that when you multiply here with 5, this becomes 300. When you multiply here 3, it becomes 300. So 300 coefficient of p, we can make it same. That's why it is doing this way. As I said before, you can go for any method for calculation. It is not a problem. Now we shall go for subtracting 3 and 4 implies, change the signs, this becomes minus sign, and again here also minus sign. When you subtract 1200 and 600, you will get 600q equal to 20 minus 25 by 2. Then 20 minus 25 by 2, you will get it as 7.5. That is q is equal to, this 600 will come in the denominator, that is 7.5 by 600. Next, putting this value in equation number 2, what we will get is 100p plus 200 into q, that is 200 into 7.5 by 600 equal to 25 by 6. Calculation 100p plus this calculation together, you will get it as 2.5 is equal to 25 by 6. Then 100p is equal to 25 by 6 minus, this will go to the right side, that is 2.5. That is 100p is equal to, just to take 2.5 minus 6 into 2.5 divided by 6 here. Then finally the answer becomes p is equal to 10 divided by 600. Now just resubstitute the values. 1 by x is equal to p and 1 by y is equal to q. 1 by x is equal to, p value is 10 divided by 600. Then when you take the reciprocal, x is equal to 600 divided by 10, that is equal to 60. Now 1 by y is equal to 7.5 by 600, take the reciprocal, y is equal to 600 by 7.5, that is equal to 80. Finally we have got the answer. The speed of the train is 60 km per hour and the speed of the bus is 80 km per hour. Once again I tell you that if you did not get the concept, pause the video and watch again, and then once the concept is clear only, just to copy down to your notebook. Dear students, in today's session we have discussed only 3 questions, and I know that these three questions are a little bit of complicated and confusing, so it will take time, even though that time taken is only 15 or 20 minutes, but you have to spend more than 20 minutes to watch this video. First, each and every question you have to pause at the end, and you have to rewind it and make the concept clear. Then only you have to move on to the next question. Otherwise, it will not be easy for you to solve this type of questions in the examination. Thank you for watching.